Are you using Ecamm Live for live streaming and would like to use a Blackmagic Decklink Duo 2 card to output your live stream program feed and you're running into problems? Or maybe you're looking to buy one for this purpose and take advantage of the great feature in Ecamm Live where you can output your program feed to Decklink. Well, if that's you, this video could save you hours or even days of head scratching. By the end of this video, you'll see it's pretty obvious, but you're going to need to know. So stay tuned and find out. I'm Stu Harris of Story Strategist, and we're a marketing agency. And among many of the services that we provide our clients is we produce live events ranging in size from smaller webinars through to large corporate hybrid events that include live streaming. We love to custom build experiences for our clients. And coming up, we have an event where we have multiple sites participating in a large event. And we'll be hosting a TV-like studio event and inviting remote participants to be interviewed by the studio hosts via Zoom. We want the experience for everyone involved and our audience to be broadcast-like quality. We use Ecamm Live for our live stream productions and Zoom ISO to capture individual online participants and bring them in as individual cameras within Ecamm Live. In the event coming up, we will be streaming live to YouTube and embedding the feed into the organization's website. Live chat is embedded too, so that people can interact with each other, and we can bring questions up via Ecamm Live into the scene. People are used to joining Zoom for meetings, and we love that using Zoom ISO, we can take advantage of all the benefits of the Zoom environment, like Zoom Rooms, to create a backstage area where we can prepare our guests ahead of going live. We always like to check that their lighting and camera position are optimal before appearing live. What we were looking to achieve with this event was a way of bringing the live program feed from Ecamm into the backstage Zoom room. We could have used NDI to achieve this, however we really wanted to keep the internal network traffic to a minimum and instead take advantage of the output to Decklink option available within Ecamm Live. And this is where we ran into an intermittent problem. The Blackmagic Decklink card features 4 independent 3G SDI connections. It's a PCI Express capture and playback card, so it does require a PCI expansion chassis to connect to a Mac via Thunderbolt. And it supports SDI formats in SD and HD up to 1080p 60. The beauty is you get the flexibility of 4 separate capture or playback cards in one, and it's completely customizable. Sounds great, I know, but the problem I was having is that sometimes I was able to get the Decklink Duo 2 card to see the Ecamm program feed, and other times I just got nothing. I could not figure out what was going wrong. Was it a bug somewhere, and why was it intermittent? The good news is I figured it out. So let me switch to Ecamm Live and show you and save you hours of painstaking, head scratching, trying to figure it out. Let's go and check it out. What you're seeing right now on screen is, of course, the Ecamm desktop environment being played out through a live demo mode. And in live demo mode, what I can do here is actually show you what actually happens when we switch the live camera inputs. So here at the moment you're seeing the Ecamm program monitor, and just to show you here, I've actually got another camera feed here, which is the program feed coming out of my Decklink card, routing back through a bidirectional SDI HDMI converter from Blackmagic into my Camlink card, so that you can see it on the display. And I'm just going to leave that up on screen here so you can see live what happens. Currently in the camera switcher, we've just got my Blackmagic Ecamm and also the USB video input, the Camlink essentially, which is in here. But if I add now, here we are, these are currently not in the camera switcher, but if we add these options, right, nothing will happen, right, which is good. They'll just be available as options. but currently the Blackmagic card is sending out through those connections. Now, in order to simulate this, I've got to actually stop the recording of Ecamm Live just for a moment and then start it back up again. Because these cameras are set up as camera feeds, it will actually receive the cameras as an input into Ecamm and therefore not give us the ability to send out. And I'll show you this in just a second. Okay, so welcome back. I've just restarted Ecamm. And the reason why I restarted it is because I wanted essentially the Decklink card. Now I've got those cameras loaded into my camera source to see those as inputs rather than outputs. And now, of course, you can see a black box where just a few moments ago you saw the reference monitor output through my Camlink card. So it's not visible right now, even though if I go up to my output and show you here, the Decklink card has been ticked. That's the output, the SDI port that I've selected. Nothing's changed there, but I'm not actually seeing anything, which is rather annoying. Even if I go in here and turn it off and on again, nothing will happen. How do we change that? How do we fix it? Now, if I come up here and actually start to remove these cameras, so in fact, we'll start with this camera here. We'll remove each of these from the switcher. Okay. Just going to turn the Decklink Duo on and off, and boom, it comes back on again. So what's happened there is that now I've essentially forced Ecamm to now look at that port not as a camera in port, but instead it's actually sending Decklink the program feed out of that Decklink port. And you can see that's worked without me having to restart Ecamm, which is good news, because if I was in the middle of a live stream and I needed to be able to see that for some reason, we can get to that straight away. So that's it, pretty straightforward. Just wanted to be able to share that with you on YouTube, because if there's anybody else out there that's trying to get their Decklink Duo card working with Ecamm Live, using that beautiful feature, that great feature of sharing the Decklink output, and they're hitting a brick wall and seeing this intermittent issue of the Decklink Duo working at times but not at other times. Well, the answer and the reason why that is not working is because you have essentially loaded into the camera switcher those 4 Decklink Duo sockets, those SDI ports, as inputs into Ecamm. So Ecamm's trying to receive a camera picture, which of course it's not, because there's no camera ins going into any of those ports. But of course, if I then disable those or turn them off and then reactivate the Decklink output to the particular port that my reference monitor is connected to, you'll see there that it comes up nicely and it works. So hopefully you found this video helpful and it saved you some time. If you have found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up so it helps rank it higher and other people discover it too, and it saves them time as well. Thanks so much for watching.